everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tabitha, and today's video is going to be the first update in my project pan, which if you haven't seen the intro to my project pan, I will leave it in the corner up above and also linked in the description box down below, so you can go ahead and check that one out if you want to before you watch this one, just so you get an idea of where the products were at and why I put them in the pan. But in this video, I'm just going to show you guys the progress that I've made with these products and how much I've used up. And also, thank you so much for the love on that video. I really appreciate that so many of you guys subscribed from that video, and it just means a lot to me that you guys are interested in watching these. But anyways, we're just going to go ahead and jump into today's video. Be sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already, and give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy it. That would mean so much to me, and we're just going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so just to note really quickly, I don't wear makeup every day, so this isn't going to be like a massive difference. I know there are some people that wear makeup every day, so you're going to see a huge difference in their pans. But for me, I use these products whenever I do my makeup. Anyways, the first product I'm going to talk about is my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I almost dropped that. This is a product that I talked about that I had hit pan on, and it was like kind of starting to crack around the edges. But then after that video, it completely shattered, so I had to repress it. This is what it looks like. It was kind of a crappy job of repressing it, but I'll be sure to leave footage of all of these products where they were when I started this. So I will insert a clip, or some of them, you know, have like a line and you can actually see how much I've used up. So I'll show you that as well, of course, but some of these you can't really see without actually showing you a before and after clip. So with this one, I will show you a clip of right after I pressed it, and this is with me using it for the past 5 weeks, 5.5 weeks about. I think that's how long it's been. So I have been using this a lot, but obviously it's not going to look the same as it did in my intro video because it's completely been repressed, so it's going to be harder to hit pan. Again, I'll show you one more time what it looks like. And also, just a quick note, I know that sometimes people really want to hit pan because they want to show progress in these videos, so they'll take their brush and just like dig into like the same spot constantly, and then you just have a hole that's like going to the bottom of the pan, but the rest of the product around it hasn't really been used. I can't really do this with a bronzer anyway because I had used like a big fluffy brush that kind of covers the whole pan, but regardless, it's just not something I'm really into. I feel like I actually want to make progress on these, not just to where it looks like I made progress. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to just like take my brush and dig to the bottom of the pan, because that doesn't really show like actual progress or like actually how much you use. You're kind of just using it in one spot, and then when you hit pan, it's harder to use the product around it, if that makes any sense. So I just wanted to know that quickly. I'm not going to be doing that. So some of these products will probably have more of a dip in them, like overall, than like a hole to the bottom of the pan. The next product is my Tarte Blush. This one I'm really excited I did hit pan on, and I'll show you guys. This is what it looks like. It's just very slight. I hope you can see it on camera because I can't see it in the frame, but of course, like, I'm kind of far away and it's not as easy to see in frame. But right at the top, kind of in that area, there's like a little spot where you can see the pan because I did hit pan on it. I'm really excited that I did because I've had this in my collection for a long time and I just haven't been able to hit pan on it. I've used it a lot just because I like this blush, but I'm really excited that I'm actually seeing progress on it and using it up. And again, this is in the shade Partyyy. I really like this blush, and it's a great formula. I am just glad that I'm finally making some progress on that. I have the powder that I'm using next. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder, and this might not be super obvious of a difference, but I can definitely tell that there's a difference because I had hit pan on this before. And the thing is, this was already kind of majorly panned when this project started, but it's definitely made a bigger difference now. Like, the pan is obviously a lot more, like, showing a lot more, and it's moved out a bit more because I've been using it quite a bit. And really the thing is, I don't use a ton of powder to set my face. I mainly use powder to set underneath my eyes and then like my forehead lines and my smile lines, and maybe sometimes on my chin if I have like a lot of breakouts, which is pretty normal for me. But I just don't use powder a ton. I just use like a very small amount, so it's going to take a little longer for me to go through. but I feel like I've definitely made a dent. You know, I feel like I've gotten a lot more of it used up, and so I'm going to continue to use it, and hopefully I will see more progress on it. Next, I'm going to talk about a product that I used up. This is the Lush Sympathy for the Skin Hand and Body Lotion. It comes in a big tub like this, and I use this up completely. It's really hard to scrape out all the product when you have these long nails, and I don't always have long nails, but right now I do, and it's kind of hard to get all the product out of there. This smells so good. It smells like bananas and cream, but like very natural, like it's nothing overly scented. And I really like this body lotion. I thought it was great. I just wanted to use it up because it had been sitting in my bathroom for too long. I feel like it's one of those things that it is a more pricey lotion, so I just wanted to kind of savor it, and then I kind of gave myself permission to use it up in the project pan because I felt like when I get to the bottom, like I don't want to use the rest because it was so expensive for a lotion, like for me. But I will show you guys where it started. So right here is where the line is. You can see that little black Sharpie line that I made with my marker, and that's where we started with it. So there wasn't too much left, but still a good amount in the bottom of the tub, so I just used that all up. So in its place, I'm going to be putting another body lotion. This is the Leanne Grace Skincare Blissful Body Butter in the scent Illicit. This was a Christmas limited edition scent, I believe, and it kind of has like that piney scent, but it could also kind of be like a year-round scent because it just smells like a sweet kind of perfumey scent. So it's not like anything like Christmassy smelling really, although it could be, I guess, because it has that natural kind of earthy, woody scent, I guess you could say. And this I did get for Christmas. This is another natural skincare brand, and I love just like the natural body butters. I feel like they're so luxurious and moisturizing because they have all that shea and those oils in them that just make them really rich and delicious. And this one is another one that I always feel bad to use up because this is a pricey body butter and I love it so much. But I'm going to roll it into the pan in place of that body butter because I really love it and I want to give myself permission to use it. I know that sounds so weird, but when you love something and it's more pricey, you just don't want to use it up because you don't want it to disappear. But I'm going to use this one up because it's just so lovely. The formula of this body butter is insane. It is so rich and thick and moisturizing, and if you like something like that, it's a really good purchase. I'll try to show you guys a little bit better, but this is still pretty much full. It just starts like right here. That is where we're at with that. And then this is kind of getting long and it's in a random order. I didn't want this video to be super long, so I'll try to hurry through these next products. I have the Smashbox Primerizer and the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. This is like a little mini baby size, and there's not a ton left in this. It was probably about half full, I would say, when we started. And I did make a little line, I don't know if you can see that on camera, at the halfway mark, but now it isn't used up a ton more. It's probably just like right below that line, just like a little bit. And it's kind of hard to show the progress with this because you can't really see inside the tube. But I haven't used it a ton. I haven't used it as much as my Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. This one I've used a lot, and I've used probably, it's kind of like shook up, so it's hard to see where it stops because it kind of got on the sides. And I try to set the bottle up so all the product can sink to the bottom so you can actually see the difference it's made. But I'll show you guys, this is the line where we started, right there, and now we're down to like right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like, hopefully you can see exactly how much I've used up. I've used up about half of what was left. So like where that line is, I've used up half of that product from that line, basically, if that makes any sense at all. So I definitely feel like I made a dent in it. I mean, this is a smaller size, but I do use it all the time. I just don't do my makeup every day. The next product is a lipstick. This is the Kathleenlights x Colourpop Lumiere lipstick. I really love the formula of their lippy sticks. I also love the Ultra Satin Lips, but I love this formula as well. This shade is so pretty. I'm wearing it on my lips today. I'm wearing a lot of these products today. I'm going to twist this up and show you guys the progress that I've made and where we're at with this. So I'm twisting it up all the way, and this is how much I've used. I'm really hoping you guys can see a difference. Like, I really want to get it in there close so you guys can really see how much is left. So I don't know exactly how much progress I've made. It doesn't look like I've made a ton, but I definitely feel like I have because I've used this so much. I've never used a lip product so often because usually I switch them up. Another product that I've used up is the NYX HD Concealer. This one, it's completely gone. Like, I can't get any more product on the brush, and I know it's really hard to tell with this because like obviously the sides are still coated, but I dug into this and like I can't get any more product on this brush to come like off onto my skin. So I'm definitely putting this in my empties. I'm considering it used up because I can't get anything else out. So definitely a success with that one. But I did roll in another concealer and I just wanted to show you guys the progress that I've made. It's kind of hard to tell. This is the Instant Age Rewind Concealer by Maybelline. I really love this concealer, especially for my under eyes. I feel like it's really brightening. I will show you guys the progress. There's a little marker line here and then you can kind of see how much I've used up, because it is one of those where you can actually see because it has a stopper thing here. I don't really know how to describe that. That's where the little line is, and then hopefully you guys can see where the concealer actually stops. It's really hard for me to see on camera right now, but it's like right there. So next we have a foundation. This is the Covergirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir foundation, and I really like this. It has a nice natural finish. It's not dewy, it's not really matte, it's kind of like an in-between natural finish. And I do really like this. I wanted to use up a lot of it before I go out and purchase another BB cream, because I can sheer this out and make it more light coverage. But I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do that, because I really want to go get a BB cream. I just love the coverage that a BB cream has, especially in the summertime. I just feel like it's so light and just applies easily and looks gorgeous on the skin without looking too heavy. But I do really like this for a foundation. So hopefully you guys can see that little line there. It's really hard to tell with this because it's kind of like the foundation is splattered all over the sides. And I did try to set the product upright, like I said, so that it will all like go to the bottom. And that's kind of what I did when I made this little mark. I just tried to see into the bottle and see how much I used up. I feel like now I'm definitely below that line, but you can't really tell because of how it's like built up on the sides. But I feel like I'm, like when I look inside the bottle and like actually look where I'm at, it's more like down here. So hopefully you can see that where that line is and then where my finger is. It's more like down here, I would say, from how much I've used up. Like when I look inside the bottle, if that makes any sense. It's really hard to describe, but I feel like I've made a pretty big dent in this. I'm going to continue to use it, of course, for as long as I can hold off getting a BB cream. I might end up just getting a BB cream and then still trying to use this up in conjunction, like with my more full coverage days. So we will see how that goes. A product that I'm going to be removing is the Wet n Wild Photofocus Eyeshadow Primer, and I squeezed all of this product to the bottom of the tube and then made a little marker line where like it stopped, if that makes any sense. And that's the line I made right there, that little marker line. I have been using it, so I definitely feel like it's below that line now, but I noticed I've used this today and I've used it recently. Like I haven't stopped using it yet, but I think I'm going to take it out and roll something else in. Completely different product, because I just realized I don't really love eyeshadow primers, and I know I said that in my first video and the intro video, but this really I feel like has dried out or something. I know I remember liking this and I do think it's a good primer at the drugstore, but I feel like it's dried out because when I blend it onto my eyes, I feel like it doesn't apply the way it used to. It kind of like clumps a little bit at times and you have to be careful. I feel like the shadows don't blend as nicely on top, and I just love the way my eyeshadow looks with concealer. So I think I'm going to keep doing concealer and probably just declutter this in my next makeup declutter, so you guys can see that if you subscribe down below. But yeah, I'm just not really into the eyeshadow primer thing. I don't really feel like this gives my eyelids any coverage because it's more like that really sheer base. So I just like the way concealer looks underneath my eyeshadow basically, and the way the eyeshadows apply on top of concealer. So I'm just gonna take this out of the project pan and I will end up decluttering it probably in my next declutter video. And the product I'm going to put into its place is this CoverFX Illuminating Setting Spray. I love this setting spray anyways, and I do want to use it up because there's some setting sprays I really have been wanting to try, like the Morphe one and the Milani one, but I feel like I need to use this up because like if I buy one of those and I end up loving it, I'll probably never end up using this and I'll just kind of sit there. Okay. So I'm going to use this up first because I do like it. It's just not the best setting spray in the world, but I do like it. So I'm going to use it and try to use it up before I go out and purchase a Milani or a Morphe one, just so that it doesn't go to waste. And then I think that's it except for my perfume. I just thought I'd mention this last because probably not everyone's into perfume, especially not when it comes to a project pan, but I did want to talk about this. This is how much I've used up, and of course I will show you guys where the line is, so you can definitely see that I've used up a lot of this. I feel like I've made some serious progress on this. I use this constantly. I spray it on myself all the time when I walk out the door. This is just the perfume I've been wearing, but I'm not gonna lie, the weather has been starting to kind of warm up, so I just want to move into my spring perfumes. I have a couple of new perfumes I'm really excited about, and I just want to wear some different scents because this is such a warm, sweet scent. I just am excited about like fresh, airy, floral, fruity fragrances that aren't this heavy, which is more of like a wintertime thing, you know? Like this is turning yellow. That's why I'm using it up, because it's supposed to be a lot lighter than this. But I mean, I can't lie, I love the scent of pink sugar, even if it's like juvenile to some people. Why do I do this every time? I forgot my palette, my Kathleenlights and Morphe palette. I always forget a product. I forgot a product in my last video too, and like I filmed part of my outro and then I remembered, oh, I have a product. So this is the Morphe and Kathleenlights palette. And I want to be honest with you guys, you're probably not going to see a huge difference with these eyeshadows because it's just really hard to tell, even though I've been using them a lot. Eyeshadows are something that take longer to go through, and I don't wear like a ton of eyeshadow all the time. Sometimes I'm not wearing any eyeshadow, so I'm just going to show you guys where it's at, and maybe I'll do another close-up if I don't feel like this is sufficient or you can't see it well enough. But like on these first two shades here, the light ones, I've definitely made more of a dent. I mean, we started at a little bit of a dent, but I feel like we've made more of a dent, so you can hopefully see that on camera. Hopefully it's not too bright. And I've used some of these other neutral shades too, like this one, and of course this transition shade at the top, this one right here, I've used a lot, but you're not going to be able to see a ton of like a dent because, I mean, it's just hard to tell. That is actually the last product, finally. I am so sorry for rambling for like 10 years. This is probably going to be the longest video ever. It's so unnecessary how long this video is probably going to be, but that's just how it goes. When I start talking about a product, it's really hard for me to shut up. So honestly, if you guys are annoyed and you want my videos to be shorter, leave a comment down below. Like, I won't be offended if you just tell me that I should kind of cut down on the length. Now, if someone's just going to be like, you talk too much, shut up, you know, and they've never seen a video of mine before, I'm not going to take that into as much consideration as people who actually watch my videos and they're just like, yeah, you know, like maybe shorten your take on products a little bit. Like, that's totally fine. I totally get that. If that's something that you guys would want me to do, or if you're actually interested in everything I'm saying about the product. So, but anyways, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. It would mean so much to me if you would subscribe down below. If you haven't already, seriously, I appreciate it so much. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and be sure to leave me a comment down below letting me know what product you're trying to pan right now. I would love to hear them. Like I said, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!